Hey guys, what's up? Techno Geeks here, and this is Apple's new flagship phone for the next year, the iPhone 6, as you see. So, there's a new design for Apple's flagship this year, and of course, the theme here is thin and light. This phone is 6.9 millimeters thin, and this is one piece of aluminium rounded at the corners. So, instead of having squared off edges like the last iPhone, Apple's rounded off the edges. The phone now feels like the HTC One M8. So this has two effects. The first one, this gives the body this seamless feel that you won't encounter any edges while touching the phone. And second, that because this is so smooth, it turns out to be a little bit slippery to hold. And plus now it's a lot bigger and so light. So I have zero confidence while holding this device. And my immediate action to holding this device is that I will drop it. The build of the phone is definitely awesome. It is bigger than the last iPhone, but it only be a matter of time. You will be comfortable with it. And when you again look at a 4-inch phone, it will look like a toy. I promise. It is obviously bigger than other phones having a 4.7-inch display, since this one has a big chin for a home button and a big forehead to match. This phone is thin, crazy thin. It feels almost too thin to be a working phone. It feels almost like a dummy. The phone is so thin that even the camera lens come to be protruding, but this is not a major thing as it is noted that the camera lens is coated with sapphire. So this is the first iPhone moving their power button from top corner to the right corner, and that's neat. And the iPhone also has a physical mute switch button, which is also beneficial. So I have some mixed feelings about the build of this iPhone 6. This iPhone 6 is absolutely built amazingly, but it shouldn't bend in your pocket or something like that. And that's actually his older brother iPhone 6 Plus, which actually bends.
Yeah, so it's bend tester.
So this proves that iPhone 6 is not bendable. Actually, the worst quirk about the design of the phone is the speaker. Don't get me wrong here, it has decent mids and highs, it is a little bit tinny. But the main problem here are the speaker grills. They are so small that they can be easily blocked while playing games, watching videos on the phone, YouTube, etc. Really, besides improved internals, the main physical advantage of this iPhone over the older ones is the size. It has a bigger screen and benefits with having a bigger screen. It has bigger fonts, bigger text, bigger video watching, bigger keyboard. But the funny thing that it just stops there. So the iPhone 6 has a 4.7-inch display and has a resolution of 1334 by 750 with great colors, great contrast and very good viewing angles and pretty good pixel density. So as I said, there are no extra features to take advantage of this bigger screen, no multitasking features, nothing fancy like Samsung products or anything like the other companies. So the iPhone 6 has something interesting known as reachability, which can be used by touching the home button twice and it will bring the entire UI down. So that is it. That is only what you get with that extra screen. You don't get anything fancy like Samsung products. But I wish that they had done something better than them. So the rest of the iOS 8, which is the software of the iPhone 6, is basically the same as the iPhone 5s. Anyone who has used the previous iPhone will obviously know what it is all about. There are some improvements in the notification area, but not too much to notice. That something like that you can use for adding widgets in the notification area, but that is only available in today's section. And the camera is the best in any phone, I would say, on record. As you can see in these clips, the camera is mind-blowing, the shutter rate is fast, and the keyword here, it is fast. The camera is super fast, it can take photos like lightning, and also the video quality is great. The low light performance of the camera is great. There is absolutely no complaints about the camera. A little bit issue for me is that there is no 4K. So when I want to take a really good 4K video, I have also inserted a slow mo clip for you guys to see the slow motion quality of this video. The camera is, by the way, an 8 megapixel shooter. See here the shutter speed of the phone, it is quick. On paper, the iPhone has a 1.4 GHz dual core chip and 1 GB of RAM, but the thing performs like any other phone with a 2.5 GHz chip and 3 GB of RAM. So you can thank Apple integration and the Apple A8 chip for that. So with the iPhone 6, you are getting a great performer, a great camera, a great display and a great design, all within a super thin package.
So with a super thin phone, you get a super thin battery. So the phone is rocking a 1800 mAh battery. On paper, that's a really small battery. But as Apple has the advantage of having the iOS 8 system and the A8 chip owned by them, it optimizes the battery life so that it can give you the longest battery life possible. I would summarize by saying that battery is not bad, but it is not great. So yeah, you could get a good standby time by it, as you can go sleeping with 100% battery full charged, and you would wake up having 97% of battery. So, but on a heavy day where you have lots of browsing to do, lots of gaming and lots of video watching, you would probably not be able to make it through the entire day. You would have to plug it in a charger also. So keep one handy. So Apple is okay with making a thin phone with a thin battery. But I wish the thing would be just a little bit thicker, but the battery would last longer.
But there is one more thing. iOS 8 is not perfect. There are hiccups sometimes. There are bugs sometimes. But there was that 8.1.0 update that freaking broke the phone. But they quickly fixed. So other than that, solid phone, Apple.
So my final verdict is the new iPhone 6 is a safe step forward and a definite upgrade from the last iPhone, but not a mandatory upgrade. It has nothing to complain about and except the battery. But good job Apple. Thanks for watching the video and I will see you guys later. Peace.